Okay, sciences. So for another lesson for this week, for the creative nonfiction, the literacy essay is about forms and types of creative nonfiction. So this will be our lesson number 4, but this is lesson number 1 for this finals. Okay, so activity 1. So before we proceed to the main discussion of our topic, is let's proceed to the activity number 1. So dominant impression. So look around you. What have you observed? Can you tell something that spark or will spark your interest? Look at the sky, building, and people. Describe what you had observed by using your sensory imagination. So what are those? These are the visual, tactile, gustatory, olfactory, and audio. So write your observation on the spaces provided for. So this is a home-based activity. So kung nasaan man kayo, so i-observe ninyo yung inyong environment and everything using your sensory imagination. So that would be our activity number 1. Okay, so we have this different types and forms of creative nonfiction, and of course yung kanilang definition. So unang-una po is the autobiography. So it is a story written by the person himself. So autobiography, so tayo yun, sarili natin. Ikukwento natin kung ano yung story or experiences natin. So, ang tawag po doon is autobiography. Ibig sabihin, tayo mismo yung nagkukwento or nagsusulat ng ating story mismo. So, ang tawag doon is autobiography. So, for example, nagkukwento ka about your life experiences, about your educational background. So, sa'yo mismo yun, di ba? So, biography mo yun. Pero, kaya siya tinawag na autobiography is ibig sabihin, ikaw mismo, literal, ang nagkakwento or sinasabi mo yung iyong story. So, iyon ang autobiography. So, next po is the biography. So, it is a life story that is written by another person. So, it is a life story, buhay. Pero, ito ay sinulat ng ibang tao. For example, may ibang tao na gumawa ng iyong biography. So, ibang tao yung gumawa para sa'yo. Okay? Ang tawag doon is biography. So, I hope naintindihan ninyo yung difference nung dalawa. So, again, autobiography, it is a story written by a person himself, sarili niya mismo. And of course, biography, ito ay, of course, life story, pero ibang tao. Okay? So, wag kayong malilito. Next po is journal. So, journal, it is a day-to-day account intended to purely document life's events. So, journal, or yung parang day-to-day, anong mangyayari, anong event or documentation ng buhay mo, yun. So, isusulat mo yun. Journal ang tawag doon. So, ito ay exclusive for your documentary ng iyong buhay, yung mga nangyayari sa iyong buhay. For example, your birthday. So, you are celebrating your birthday sa ganitong araw, sa ganitong date. So, life's events yon, di ba? So, the next week would be the anniversary of your parents. So, life's events naman ito. So, mga nangyayari sa buhay mo. So, next is diary. So, I hope you really familiar with this diary. It is a written account of the author which involves his or her secrets. So, usually gumawa ako nito before diary. So, isusulat mo yung day to day, and then what will happen during the whole day. So, anong nangyari? For example, nakita ko yung crush ko, so isusulat mo. So, that's a secret. So, kasi, di ba, yung mga secrets na or yung mga hindi natin masabi sa ating mga friends, family, or parents is dinadaan natin sa diary, di ba? So, day to day, nakita ko yung crush ko may kasama ng iba. So, that's one way of giving yourself freedom to write what is your really or what is the really emotions or feelings that day. So, for example, pangit ng araw mo, kasi napahiya ka, ganyan. So, you write it that way. So, that's called diary. So, ito ay focus sa sarili mo. Okay? Focus to sa personal life mo, which is yung diary. So, yun siya. Okay, next is yung letter. So, it is a communication or written message that addressed to a certain person or organization. So, before, usong-uso ang pagsusulat ng letter. So, I don't know if ano pa siya, siguro sa mga magsing irog dyan, bentang-benta pa rin ang letter, di ba? So, magsusulat ka, you will express your feelings to that person. So, letter yon. So, pero, hindi lang naman siya for that. So, kami dito sa school, nagpapadala din kami ng letters sa iba't ibang school. So, it is a way of formal communication. So, of course, signed by our school director, ako, so kung sino man yung involved. So, hindi lang siya for romantic purposes. It is also a formal communication of a company or any other organizations, which is yung letter. So, ayan. So, itong mga nabanggit na to, magpapa-activity ako sa inyo. Depende kung ano man dito. So, next is yung memoir. It refers to the person account of a person which teaches them something. It is more of a memory that cannot be easily forgotten. Ayan. So, ito yung mga unforgettable life experiences or events. So, ito yung mga hindi natin makakalimutan na kahit ilang taon na ang lumipas, tandang-tanda pa rin natin. So, ito yung mga situation na mahirap kalimutan. So, for example, binasted ka niya. So, o kaya naman, sinagot ka niya sa araw na yan. O kaya naman, pumasa ka sa exam. So, ito yung mga usually situations na hindi natin agad-agad, of course, makakalimutan. Kasi it reminds us a feeling of success or yung happiness, di ba? Tears of joy. So, yun po siya. So, memoir. So, I hope you differentiate the meaning or the definition of each forms and types of creative nonfiction. So, next is literary journalism or reportage. So, it refers to a magazine or newspaper writing or closely related to it. It is journalism that a touch of an artistic value of literature in it. So, again, this is journalism, literary journalism. So, of course, magazine or newspaper or closely related to it. It is journalism, yan. So, artistic value, literature. So, doon natin siya lahat matatagpuan. Okay? So, yung ating mga literary journalism. I think, uso pa rin naman to, yung newspaper. Marami pa rin talaga, lalo yung mga oldies persons, yung may mga edad na, talagang mas gusto nila yung nagbabasa ng newspaper. And of course, ang newspaper naman ay may iba't ibang way yan, di ba? May may entertainment. So, basa-basa sila. Mas gusto nila yun eh. Kumbaga, yun yung nakasanayan nila. And for the magazine, yan, yung mga artista, yung mga kilala. Yan, nakikita natin, nababasa natin yung mga life stories nila. So, gano'n naman sa magazine. And of course, literature na matatawag yun. Kasi, it talks about the life of every person or kung sino yung pinifeature nila. So, yun po. Then, the next po is a reflection essay. It refers to the narrator's personal view and experiences. It is more on thoughts and feeling of the author. Yan, reflection. Pag sinabing reflection, sarili. Personal views, personal opinion, personal perception. So, that's under or pertaining to a reflection essay. So, it refers to the narrator's personal view, yan, sarili natin, and experiences. It is more on thoughts and feeling of the author. So, for example, what can you say about the politics? So, malapit ng election, so anong masasabi mo? So, you have to reflect, di ba? Minsan, you have to compare and to contrast the election before and up to now. So, mas na-enhance yung technology or yung machine na gagamitin. So, the way they campaign themselves, so, nagbabago. So, what was your personal view regarding that? So, that's fall into the reflection essay. And of course, essay, kapag sinabing essay, you have to compose how many sentences or paragraphs yan. So, that's an essay. That's the essence of essay. Okay, next is testimonial essay. Testimonial essay. It refers to the personal experience of an author or the author witnesses an abuse and oppression in a workplace. So, testimony or testimony, you have to say anything kung ikaw ay naka-experience na or naka-witness ng isang abused or yung medyo kadumal-dumal or hindi maganda or SPG. So, testimonyo. Ibig sabihin, you have to give your testimony. Anong masasabi mo? What will happen? What is your conclusion or the recommendation na masasabi mo regarding that? So, that is testimonial essay. So, for example, you witness a child abuse, nakakita ka ng magulang na sinasaktan yung kanyang anak. So, what can you say or what will you say regarding that? So, that is testimonial essay. So, there is a particular scene or scenario. So, you have to give your testimonial essay. So, I hope you really understood. So, next is travel log. Ayan. It is a written account of a person during his or her travel. Uso yan sa mga nagva-vlog nowadays, di ba? It focuses on the scenery, people, and the warmth of the place and the people. So, usong-uso yan. So, kahit yung mga vlog ngayon, di ba, binavlog nila yung kanilang summer outing, yung kanilang mga beaches na pinupuntahan. So, o kaya yung mga places na kinakainan nila, ganyan. So, travel log ang tawag doon. Ibig sabihin, nagfo-focus sa view, sa mga tao, kung paano yung hospitable ng isang lugar dun sa pupuntahan mo. So, travel log ang tawag doon. Okay? So, pwede nyo siyang gawin. Kung pupunta kayo sa isang beach, try to video or have some pictures, ganyan. And then, recommendation. Sometimes, it helps sa mga tourist natin, di ba? Yung mga places where to go, yung magaganda, mura, ayan. So, usong-uso yan talaga ngayon. So, okay, mahiya to say something na I'm here at, let's say, Boracay. Ayan, sa sarap ng food. So, kung mapupunta kayo dito, try nyo to, ganyan-ganyan. So, nakakatulong siya, 'di ba? And of course, yung pag-promote natin sa ating country na makapag-invite tayo ng mga turista, 'di ba? Mas makakatulong 'yun sa ating ekonomiya. So, that's travel log. So, iba-iba, 'di ba? So, tingnan natin kung anong pwedeng ninyong gawin for your activity. Okay? Okay, so forms and types of creative nonfiction. So understanding various forms and types of creative nonfiction. So creative nonfiction has many types and it generally focuses on the experiences of an individual that maybe it could inspire many individuals as you write it and share these experiences. So moreover, creative nonfiction comes in various ways and almost often we are not aware that our experiences could become good literary pieces. So, hindi natin malaman. Baka sa ating pagsusulat, kaya nga po ang creative nonfiction is the literary essay is you have to write and write and write. Malay nyo naman, sa pagsusulat ninyo, makasanayan nyo siya and then try to of course, yung inyong grammars mas ma-enhance how you create your sentences meaningfully and wonderfully. So, malay nyo naman, it become a good literary pieces someday. So, the significance of an audience which is sila yung nagbabasa, sila yung nanonood, something like that. So, understanding the significance of your audience plays a vital role as you write your piece. So, because they are the ones who will read and be inspired by your stories, in a sense, your goal is to inspire the readers to read because they could learn something from it. So, sa pagbabasa natin, of course, natututo tayo. So, meron tayong learnings na nakukuha dun sa binabasa natin. So, na maaari nating i-share sa iba yung ating personal views, yung opinions nyo kasi na may nabasa ka or nakapagbasa ka. So, something like that. So, yun yung significance ng isang audience, which is all of us. So, kung magbabasa tayo ng isang short story, so, what is the lesson na makukuha natin doon? So, ganun po siya. So, significance, ibig sabihin kahalagahan. Okay? So, next is close reading. So, close reading is a matter of understanding the text presented by the author by observing every detail in a text. So, a writer often uses unique ways to convey their messages to the readers. Thus, a reader, you need to be observant always. So, yan, close reading. Understanding ng mga ating binabasa na pinapresent, of course, or sinulat ng isang author. So, marami. Convey, pertain messages to the reader. So, yun po siya. Yan. So, very short discussion for our lesson number 4. But, of course, after this, I will give you an activity. So, look up. Okay, that's the title. Look for a particular article about success story of a person. So, read and evaluate the story. If you are inspired and touched by the author's life, write your reflection of the article. So, napakaganda ng activity natin. So, mag-isip kayo kung sinong success person ang gusto ninyo i-feature sa inyong activity. So, kung na-inspired kayo at na-touch kayo sa buhay niya, you want to be like him or her, so, push natin yan. Gawin nyo yan. So, of course, write the name of that person and then yung reflection. Bakit ka na-inspired sa story niya. So, that's all lang naman. Very short and very concrete, and I hope you really, really understood the discussion for our lesson number 4. So, thank you and God bless mga anak.